Today, we're diving into a business plan that is so ambitious, so out there, it really starts to blur the lines between a corporate strategy and, well, international politics. This is a plan that comes from a really unique partnership between interests in Vietnam and Japan, and its goal is nothing short of extraordinary. Okay, let's get right into it.
So, at the very heart of this whole venture is a classic Vietnamese philosophy, which you can translate as teaching the art of catching a tiger with bare hands. Now, this isn't just a cool saying, it's the absolute core principle. The idea is to create immense value from what looks like, well, nothing at all. It's all about using your smarts and strategy, especially when you don't have a mountain of cash to start with.
So what does that actually look like in the real world? Well, the founders of this project are proposing to build an entire financial ecosystem, not by pouring in millions of dollars, but by designing a system that generates its own positive cash flow right from the get-go. The entire strategy is built on leveraging brains, not billions.
Okay, so how on earth do you catch a tiger with bare hands when that tiger is the global financial market? According to the documents for this project, you build a machine to do it for you. The engine at the core of this whole plan is a very sophisticated AI trading bot. The creators pinpointed what they see as the single biggest weakness in trading: human emotion. You know how it is. We get greedy, we hang on to losing trades hoping they'll bounce back, we forget to set our stop losses. Their AI, at least according to the source material, is designed to be the perfect cure for that. It's pure, cold, calculated discipline. It just follows the rules. Period.
And this AI isn't just aiming for a couple of percentage points here and there. Nope. The stated goal is to multiply its capital by 4 times every single month. Now, to make that happen, half the profit has to go to the human traders it's training, and another cut goes to the client, which means the system itself has to hit that 4x return just to keep its own model running. It's a huge number.
Now, this isn't just some motivational poster quote. It actually represents a massive pivot in their thinking. The project's creators are open about the fact that an earlier version, which was built on a softer idea of love, actually failed. They believe this new, almost rigid focus on discipline is this secret sauce that's finally going to make the whole thing work.
So to really understand this, we've got to look at the origin story, because this thing wasn't just dreamed up overnight. It was apparently forged in this crucible of high-level connections, a near-total collapse, and then a really meticulously planned comeback.
You know, the history here is pretty long and wild. It allegedly starts all the way back in 1979 with a Japanese company that was said to have ties to the royal family, set up for tax optimization. Then you fast forward to 2015, and the Vietnamese side of things, Ba Chia Qua, is founded. But then, right around 2020, bam! The whole operation nearly imploded before it was reborn into what it is today.
And that near-death experience during the pandemic? It triggered that complete philosophical shift we were just talking about. The whole approach changed from being based on these big ideals to being grounded in rigid, disciplined execution. As they say now, an ideal without discipline, well, that's just a dream.
So why did it almost fail? This part is fascinating. It wasn't because of a bad idea or a faulty product. According to the source, their main cash pipeline from Japan got completely shut down by COVID travel restrictions. But they had a backup, a special POS machine linked to an account in London that was holding, get this, over $6 billion. But new international banking rules that were adopted by Vietnamese banks blocked that payment method. The money was right there, and they just couldn't get to it.
Okay, so we've got the mechanism, we understand the history, and now we get to the project's most audacious layer. This is the part where a plan for an AI trading bot suddenly morphs into this grand vision for completely reshaping the economic landscape of Southeast Asia.
The whole project is framed against this massive backdrop of Japan's plan to pour a staggering $600 billion of investment into the ASEAN region. And with its political stability, Vietnam is seen as the perfect place for all that capital. This project is basically positioned to be the key vehicle to make that happen.
And these are the stated goals. You can see it's not just about profit. We're talking about training 1 million Vietnamese workers up to Japanese standards. Doing that, they say, ensures the kind of political stability that huge investors are always looking for. The source suggests this creates this perfect symbiotic relationship. Vietnam gets a world-class workforce, and Japan gains regional influence through culture and economics, what we call soft power.
So how do they move the money to make all this work? Well, according to the source, it's a really clever use of trade law. By placing big orders for high-tech agricultural goods from Japan, they can transfer capital over there. Now, Vietnamese law apparently allows up to 90 days for those goods to actually be imported. This creates this 90-day window where that capital can be put to work in Japan before the deal is officially closed. It's a fascinating way to use trade regulations to create a short-term international investment float.
And the people behind this project, they are crystal clear about their intentions. They state very plainly that this is not just a business plan. This is a story about geopolitics. It's about the strategic alignment of two nations and about building a future where their economies are completely intertwined.
So, after peeling back all those layers, what are we left with? We have a core philosophy about creating something from nothing, an AI engine designed for absolutely exponential growth, a dramatic backstory of failure and rebirth, and a geopolitical endgame that could literally reshape an entire region.
Which of course leaves us with one massive question. Are all these promises, 4x returns every month, 1 million trained workers, billions in investment, are they the actual blueprint for a new economic reality? Or are they just too grand, too ambitious to be anything more than a fantasy? That right there is the question at the very heart of the OHW project.